for taking to court, he got an opportunity to lead on out the door.
So
Ultimate accountability falls on her body, her choice, her call. And since, like, going back to that same
I
definition,
don't think that's
since
true.
since since accountability ends up on the woman,
I don't think that's true.
that would make her in charge of her own body.
I don't.
That is kind of on her if we're gonna follow the same
So
logic.
if you're so you don't you're saying he's not in charge of his own body because that sperm came out of his body.
She let it in hers.
But he has no control over his sperm. He's a leader and he
and
has
she
no
has no control
control
over her legs.
over his he he's a leader. But he has no you want him to control a
See,
household, but he can't even control the one thing that he produces in his body. He can't control where it goes.
so you're making me you're forcing me into a position that I don't hold. But
Listen, I'm just trying to
but
figure out the leadership.
but
I do have a question to
oh
it's
Lord.
part. No, no, no. For the woman, because we had talked about making the house into a home. Outside, because what we were talking about is like the organization, and I know that that's part, but the if you had nothing less, none of those things in the house, how do you feel a a woman makes a house a home? Because I think those are superficial things of a house. They represent something, different. Those are the, I guess, symbolic aspects when, you have nice furniture or whatever. What do you think for a woman makes a house a home? And then the other part is the opposite side. So Shan, I'm gonna ask you this since I want the men to answer how does a woman make a house a home. How do you feel, at what point do a man become a leader? For you, what makes him a leader?
So and I didn't know if HD wanted me to take it first or not, but mm, for me, if she didn't possess any of those qualities, she wouldn't be who she is. I don't think I'd have chosen her. Um, but the truth is, she is opposite of me. I lack empathy. It's terrible. I lack sympathy. She has such a big heart. She is totally opposite of me. When I say she feels people's pain, she feels people's pain, and I don't. I don't, like, it's not even in me, and I've tried. It's just not like, oh, well, shit, you made the choice. And when I say things like that, she's like, but do you understand what they were faced with? And she truly feels their pain. She is the opposite of me. So that type of warmth I need, and I've identified that I need that. So I when I come home, and again, it's very different because I do have all of those things that I mentioned. The conversations that we have, and the fact that it doesn't echo in the house, like, makes it a home. I could have gotten up and moved anywhere I wanted and not really gave a damn, right? But now I'm home. I don't know how to explain it to you.
Well,
But that's the best I got. She is truly just the opposite of me, and I think that balance is very necessary.
I say what a woman does to make a house a home for me is she continues to provide an environment of peace. Like, house is clean, you know, I don't have to stress about the way that the house looks because, she took care of the decor stuff that I don't care nothing about. You know, when there's stuff that needs to be ordered or like food that needs to be gotten, like we need to order food. She already's been looking through the fridge because I don't care nothing about what's in that fridge. She's looking through that fridge and be like, hey, we didn't get this. We need this. Paper towels is gone. Like, she helps find the things that makes up for my lack, because there's stuff I just don't care about and I don't pay attention to. And if she pays attention to those things where I lack, then I don't have to deal with those things as often because she already filled the gaps. So like when women come and uh add curtains or pictures, or you get a new couch, a new washer and dryer, she ain't buy it, I brought it. But the thing is like those simple things that add to the quality of your life, they go a long way. And I think a lot of women care about comfort a little bit more than men. And then men start softening up when they get around certain women. And then they be like, oh man, I used to be so rough. I used to not care about nothing. So now I got this woman and now I care about too much now. I want to go back to not caring. But I think I appreciate the woman that understands and listens to who I am and what I provide. And she's able to see, the cracks in the armor and make sure that those things aren't exposed.
What about you, JR?
I think you guys made some great points. I'm kind of going another route, man, especially when it comes to children. I think that you can really see like the benefit of a quality woman um, as a mother. There are just some things that you may not be able to put into play, but a woman can definitely put into play, meaning that all the ins and outs when it comes with the children, she's holding it down. And whatever needs to be filled in, you come back and you fill it in. So all that, the stress of not having to worry about how the children is being cared for, I think is a good quality of what makes a woman a home. Even as men, when we live alone, there's a difference when you have a good woman that come into the house because you start to just see different things. For instance, plants. I don't think too many men pay attention to plants, but you'd be surprised when you put a little bit of green in the house, how the vibe in the house just kind of changes, right? Um, her being, I think you guys made some good points too about her paying attention to you. So her understanding all the hard work that you're putting in, and then when you come home, that you have the peace, you have some of the things that you wouldn't normally have, like you smelling, you just the house smells different. Uh, Sometimes you may come in and you may smell food being cooked. It's just those things that you start to appreciate a little bit more because it wasn't there when you was just alone. So I think all the fellas made a lot of good points, but I just wanted to kind of add a little bit of those in.